What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, May 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are live from sunny, not so much, Florida. Hope you guys are doing exceptionally well. I was like 30 seconds late because I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on with SHIB. I made an entire video about SHIB yesterday, how you can't touch these meme coins unless you're just gambling, and we are seeing what happens with that right now. We will talk about that in a second. I don't know why, but I have a tire gauge checker here in my hand. It's just, I thought it was a pen, but you can check your tire pressure. But first, guys, the thing going across the screen, the wonderful community at Cosmos. You guys know them from Atom Token. Sponsor this live stream every single Wednesday. They're amazing. It's their community that sponsors it, not actually the coin. They're so passionate about their project that they get together and actually spend money to spread the word. Their gravity decks could be epic. You can check out everything that they have going on down in the description below, and I encourage you to do so. But yeah, SHIB, guys, SHIB. So these Giga Chad mega geniuses created a coin called SHIB because Doge wasn't stupid enough. They created SHIB because we need, as I said in my video about it yesterday, I made a video about this yesterday, memeception, right? You got a meme that's pumping so hard that we need a meme of that meme. It's like the movie Inception, where you don't know if you're in the dream or in someone else's dream. Memeception happening. So SHIB, gets listed on OKX and I think Huobi and Binance, and it's going nuts. You ask what the purpose of this coin is. Well, because you can hold billions or trillions of them instead of just buying Doge. That's what they said. That's what they said the purpose. Has no utility, no purpose, just an instrument for gambling. And you go on CoinGecko and you say, man, I wonder what the market cap of this coin. And the answer is question mark. Question mark. Nobody knows the coin market cap. What is the total maximum possible supply? 1 quadrillion. 1 quadrillion of them. So these geniuses, instead of burning tokens, said, you know what would be like reasonable? Instead of burning tokens, we're just going to randomly send 50% of all the tokens that we've so far created to Vitalik Buterin's wallet. Because Vitalik is a good dude. He's a good dude. We're just going to send him to his wallet, a random wallet, without telling him, we're just going to do that. So listen, let me go ahead and share a chart. This is SHIB right now on Binance. Why? Well, apparently, if you read on Twitter, I don't have the facts, but apparently Vitalik's selling the shit out of SHIB. He's just said, you know what? Gas fees are high on Ethereum because of these stupid meme coins and shit coins that you guys refuse to just let go. So I'm just going to dump all of them. So it appears that Vitalik Buterin, Giga Chad, who has the right to do whatever he wants, has decided to commit financial murder on every TikToker and fucking idiot on my Facebook who thinks that buying SHIB was a good idea. So listen, I don't know if he's the one actually doing it, but the wallet that they sent it to is absolutely dumping the living dickens out of SHIB. So sadly, if you invested in this might be one of those moments where you do, in fact, not have fun staying poor. Look at that chart. Look at that. Look at that. Absolute stupidity, worth literally nothing. If you thought that this was an investment, you need to reconsider your life because it's just stupid. These coins are really fun to trade in the same way that it's really fun to go to Las Vegas, kiss your dice, have your girl blow on them. Then you got to rub them 3 times because you're not gonna get the right number unless you rub them 3 times because you believe that shit's actually gonna help you. Then you throw them and you're like 7. Well, I did all the things. I did all the things, and I still lost. Yeah, you're gambling if you're trading these coins, and that includes Doge at this point, even at these prices, I think. But you're gambling if you mess with these shit coins, and that's what it is. Stu says that chart needs some Viagra. No, this chart does not need Viagra. It took reverse Viagra, and it's going inverted. We were inverted. I was inverted like Top Gun. I've used that joke before. 4G negative dive with a MiG. Yeah, this is like when you take Viagra, you get bigger, and when you do reverse Viagra, it actually disappears into your body. And that's what's happening to SHIB right now. It's having an absolute inverse erection balls are rising again. They dropped, and now they're going back up from whence they came. So now I've wasted 6 minutes talking about the most obvious dump in the history of all time and inverted Viagra and balls undropping. So here we are, guys. Yes, here we are. It's 2:06, and the purpose of this is to go over your chart requests to my beloved subscribers of the Wolf Den newsletter. Someone asked where you get this shirt. I don't know. Emmy just made them. They're not like for sale. She just kind of gave me one. Yeah, so we took your million my team took them. I no longer have time to sort those. They sent me the most popular ones. By what metric, I have no flipping idea. And I will now go look at them. But I'm just looking at your comments real quick. Shib has erectile dysfunction. Yes, it's called an inverse erection. I've coined that term. Seriously, guys, you can gamble if you want, but it's better to go to Vegas. They have free drinks. Shib comes not only with no free drinks, but also makes you pour even faster than a blackjack table. So I'm going to just keep that chart open for later because it's sadly hilarious. Yeah. And so if you ever want to make requests for my Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time stream, join the newsletter. You can do that down in the description under the thing. Oh, and like any YouTuber, smash the like button. Go ahead and smash the like button. And hopefully my charts today will not give you all inverse erections as well. Man, it's so like, I'm sorry. I know it's like funny to talk about, but there's real people, like real people losing real money who for some reason thought that Shib was like just so fun and a great invention. Then all of a sudden your money disappears and your diamond hands turn to fucking, I don't even know. Well, diamond hands disintegrate into powdery diamonds. Yeah, Shib, sad. All right, Aave was the first request. I put this in the newsletter today. So that's cool. This looks like it's a massive rounding out here. Not a rounding bottom because not at the bottom, but this could come up and make sort of a cup and handle, right? If you did this, it would have to come back up to here. Then you would get like a bull flag, breakout, head up. But that's just an idea way early. Right now, the target would just be here, which is still a massive move from here. Nice big move. But yeah, I would be looking for a retest and then a move up. But this is really, really, really nice bullish price action. Bounced right out of this main demand here on the daily, which is exactly where you would have wanted to really bid. I don't know why my magnet tool is tripping. But yeah, you wanted to bid down here, but now you've flipped this key area and you could have put a line here as well. And kind of nothing but blue skies ahead from there because this was resistance, this area, this is resistance. And from here on up, really not much. Pretty big gap in the price action. You're above all this for now. So I would be looking for a retest of that. And there, I believe that's the all-time high against Bitcoin. So if you get here, consolidate under resistance, head up by the retest. And absolute moon mission. Aave looks very, very, very good. Adam, sponsors of the Wolf Den live stream at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Wednesday. Nothing has changed on this chart. As I've said for the last few weeks, literally someone requested every week. I dig you guys for that. Thank you. But it needs to get above here. It tried. And you know what? This line actually goes right there. So it didn't really kind of get there. Right there. Got to get above this. Right? Ascending wedge, no big deal. In crypto, we see these broken to the upside all the time. But in my opinion, you really need to get now above this blue line. Even tried to get above the black line. Couldn't hold it. Get up there, whatever. If you're trying to buy a dip, either here, and if you get super lucky and it comes down to the 200 here. But nothing about this chart is particularly bearish. And nice spike in volume on the way up into that. So it's not like volume has been dying off this whole time. There's nice spikes in there. So I think Adam looks good. But I would personally be looking for something like that. How's Shib doing? Oh, it's bad. It's bad. That dog's not so cute anymore, is it? Speaking of cute animals, my wife informed me, you guys might know that we had bought some land, like kind of this big farm situation. We were hearing these weird noises. hearing some weird noises last time we were out there. Found out that like the person who has like the farmland behind us has lions and tigers and leopards and like rare birds and like right behind our house. Like some old lady who's just got tigers and lions, like massive Simba looking mothers just out there chilling, like right behind. So like, well, I'm going to wake up one day and there's going to be a lion in my pool. Sounds bad. Sounds bad. So yeah, we were like, oh, those are donkeys. Nope, those are not donkeys. The Tiger King is in my backyard. Carol Baskin just out here living that Florida life. Bizrix. Wow, man. There's some genius people in crypto. Obviously, programmers and whatever, but really bad at marketing and coming up with names. But you don't, 1 inch is the worst, but you need people to be able to actually like pronounce the name of your thing. It's kind of like this music and DJ trend actually, where people all decide to get rid of the vowels and everything. I can't read words that don't have vowels. I know you're trying to be cool and cute or whatever, but it's dumb. It's dumb and I don't like it. And I want you to stop. And Bizrix on the Bitcoin pair. There's literally BZRX BTC. Not a vowel to be found. You can't buy one. You'd be totally screwed if those were your Scrabble letters. 7 terrible letters in a row for Scrabble. Absolutely a disaster. Absolutely disaster. By the way, guys, I'm doing charts, so I'm not seeing your comments, but you guys can have at those private conversations amongst your own selves. I have no problem with that. Bizrix daily. It's making higher lows. That's tight. Where does it start? Oh. You want the good news? Has a really long way to go up if it heads up. Bad news is not much happening. But let's zoom in so that we can pretend that there's price action to look at. But yeah, it's a hell of a drop. It's catching the 50 MA here if that's your thing. Again, I don't use MAs. They just always appear on my charts because it's the default setting I have on my main chart things. That's a savage bearish SFP. Savage. So technically, as much as you don't want to wait 50% more to go in, you kind of want to be above this line because you know that there's a lot of selling interest here. So you want to see candles definitely closing up there. But, if you're an MA trader, you probably just busted one trying to get into there fast. Good for you. There's some buying interest here. That's savage, though. See this bearish SFP? See this candle? Shooting star kind of vibe. Super long wick. Biggest volume candle yet. Selling. And then just days of pain. Wasn't that a Tom Cruise movie? Days of Thunder. Days of Pain Thunder. Thunder Pain. Thunder Pain would be a good meme coin. Thunder Pain. Ticker THNDRPN. No vowels allowed in this crypto rap party. So yeah, I don't see why you would buy this. Can't see a good reason for that. Kind of floating in the middle here. I would like to get it down here, maybe like a 200 or a bounce off that. Or really, I'm not interested until it's above this because somebody's trying to sell this here. So even if you get up to here, you got to start worrying about all this selling. Above that. That's my opinion on Bizrix. That's how you pronounce that coin. Bizrix. What do you have against vowels? A, E, I, O, U. Sometimes even Y. Sometimes. Cake. You can write songs now that only have one word. And I'm up, and it's up, and I'm up, and it's up, and it's up, and I'm up, and it's up, and it's up. I just wrote a Cardi B song. Cake. I just wrote a Rihanna song. Missed my calling, clearly. And it's up, and I'm up, and it's up, and it's up. Because it's up when it's up. Maybe it's going to do something like that. Come down here. Test this area. Bend them up, bend us up, bend them up, bend them up, bend them up. Song. Alex Johnson would like you to know that he's out and that this is trash. In case he didn't go by himself, I'm going to go ahead and just kick him out. Bye. Your empty threats mean nothing to us. He's out. Guys, he's left the building. In case you were wondering, public service announcement, that douchebag is now not among us. He has been exited. Thrown upon his asshole. So maybe something like this, I would definitely be looking, if you're trying to get into cake, for something in this area, especially with this coming up. Yeah, you know, come down here, go up like that. That looks kind of juicy. I'm curious if there was a bear div here at the top. Your stream is so boring and you keep singing about cake. That's not what I want to do. No, not really. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Got there. It's definitely some hidden bullish leverage. Yeah, I'd be looking for it. I don't even know how we got all that up there, but I would be looking for something like that. Maybe that. My MA has disappeared. That's what happened. See the 50 come up. Buy it right there. Not saying it's going to go up, but this was retested. This was the previous all-time high. That was retested as support. So, you know, rejected here, rejected all the way back down. I would look for a retest of $28.23 as support. I am temporarily coming back over to the content. Bye, Felicia, aka Mr. Johnson. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. Woo. Everything is dumping. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Oh, guys, Future Unchanged is here. Every stream, he tells me when he's here, and that happens to somehow it happens to be the exact moment when I look over at the comments and I see that dude. Do you think Dogecoin will recover? I have no idea, but there's no reason for Dogecoin to be like 40 cents or whatever it is. So whatever. Like, no, yes, maybe it'll recover, but honestly, like, let's think about this rationally. Dogecoin had never like been over a penny. It went to 70 cents or whatever, 70x for no reason except for because people wanted to buy it because I thought it would be worth more. It has no fundamental value. It's inflationary, whatever. It's a hilarious joke. It's awesome, but it's not even worth whatever it is. So maybe it'll recover because people will meme into it, but most likely it'll just kind of keep going down. You know, I don't know. Let me go back to the charts. Dia. Everything is kind of dumping here. Wow, look at Shib. Shib's taking the entire market with it. Thank you, Shib. Dia breaking support here. Don't love it. I want to look at Dia Bitcoin because that's the one that I had posted in the newsletter. I'm curious. Oh, it's still right in the buy zone, actually, against Bitcoin. Not mad at it, but that's definitely wearing out. Let's see. I don't know. Honestly, that's an old line. Let's take a fresh look at this. This is easy. When everything starts dumping, you just find a descending resistance and you ignore the coin completely until it breaks it. Doesn't matter. This is broken the 50 MA, 200 MA. This is probably your area of support. It's breaking that. I would say it's less than ideal. What's Bitcoin doing right now? That's the question. Because I can't see. 54,000. Bitcoin looks crap. It's fine. It's sideways chop. But yeah, so the natural USDT pairs are going to look bad. Perfect retest of the 50 from below and drop. Say you have a support like in this area. 353-ish. Something like this. That's where I'd be looking for right now if it continues down. Not what I wanted. I'm going to try to look at RSI. Nah, you're not going to even get bullish divergence. I would say maybe, come down when it gets oversold. I've been waiting for that on Bitcoin as well. see something. Yeah, I mean, the 4-hour hit overbought. Naturally, it's going to make the trip to oversold. So maybe Bitcoin, gets down to here at some point, form a bull div or something, and goes back up. Right now, looks suboptimal for any immediate move up. But it's all still just ranging. Dia does have something going on right here. This looks crappy. I would wait until this line is broken. In fact, I'll go ahead and put an alarm on it for posterity. It's going to give me a warning. I got it. Yeah, because otherwise you're just going to be catching knives trying to find the bottom of that. I mean, Dragon Chain, I haven't heard of this since Bully, who's gone from Twitter, seemingly. Sad. That's the weekly. Let's go in on the daily and see if there's literally anything to see here. Amazing when you zoom in, it almost looks like there's actual price action and people that care. Oh, it's above support. I bet stonks are dumping too. Are they still dumping? Because the dollar was pumping, which is really the story for all of this. Let's take a look. I know I'm distracted, but I mean, the dollar is kind of ripping. So, yep, things go down when that happens. Dragon Chain, darling of the ICO boom. I don't think I've ever looked at this chart. I had to open it completely fresh today. Not a chart I've ever looked at. Let's actually see. This might be a parallel channel. Sorry, Mr. Johnson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to kick your lame ass out, but you were trying to gain some clout. I mean, kind of doing that. I don't know. What really matters is this line up top. Yeah. Maybe you've got a support here, but I don't know. Sure. I don't really care about that line, to be honest with you. I mean, it looks fine above 419 still. It's kind of the area, but this whole area, because if you were going to draw a demand zone, you would go off this candle here and have this bounce out of here. So I would say this is like your ultimate support area if it comes down, because then after that, you got a big gaping hole down to here. Yet again, though, every Wednesday, it's like every Wednesday this happens around this time, it feels like, and all the altcoins look weird. And then on Thursday, it's like Altseason, fucking party time. I don't know. Don't see any reason to buy it. Don't see any reason to sell it. Don't see any reason to trade it. Anything above 419 is still good. Then I would look at these lower areas. Ultimately, you want to be above that. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Let's see if the save button's working today. It is. Eagle USDT, this is disappointing. Did not go to the target. I mean, USDT pairs drop when Bitcoin drops, right? So pretty straightforward. This is your ultimate boss for needing to get above it. That's going to be a really tough area. I think this is sort of your support right now. And that pierced it right to the dead bottom. Should give a nice potential at a double bottom if we can get above here. How hard is Bitcoin dumping right now? Not that hard. Yeah, I mean, I would buy down in here. I'm always buying this. But again, got two ways we could look at this. One is this is a high and this is a high. So don't trade it until it breaks that. If you're more zoomed in, you could, do this one. 1, 2, 3. That's a more confirmed trend even than that one. So I wouldn't touch it until it breaks that line. That's what I would say. I'm not saying sell it. Definitely not. But I'm assuming we're looking for entries here. EOS USD. Well, I mean, this was the entry, 8.65 on the retest. I posted that multiple times, made a video about it, whatever. And it almost got to the target. which is 15. Maybe eventually it gets 23, but now you want to get it here. Here, you're literally in the middle right here. Let's see the daily. I mean, couldn't ask for a better entry than that, and came up, I don't know, 40 cents short of the target, that move. So I would say just chill now. If you're looking at it on the 4 hour, I don't know, that's a lot of lines. You're looking for it to retrace that move maybe. But it doesn't look bad. I think it's just kind of retracing. I think this is, and in fact, you know, if you're zoomed in here, this looks kind of like a flip, right? So look at that in the 4 hour. This whole area, you know, anywhere through here, looks like it's trying to flip. I mean, now you're a little late on EOS. I think you want it down here, you know, $10 or above 15 now is the better entry. Looks great. There's an amazing rounding out, broke up. I mean, I've shared so many EOS charts now. You can just literally, I put out a video like 20 minutes before this that I made this morning about EOS. You can see it, but I've talked about it so much. I think it looks great. Long term, it looks very great, zoomed out. FET. Well, it had nice volume on that breakout, and then it's amazing. It's alt season, but really only like large caps have been moving. It's not the alt season most people signed up for, to be frank. Bitcoin dominance dumping this far basically because like Ethereum and Litecoin have moved. Probably disappointing for a lot of people. Here's what's happening now, I would say. Something like this. That's already been broken, so not even that valid. Why do Wednesday charts look ugly? Why? Why, guys? Look at that. Holy mother. It's pretty savage. And people will be screaming that that's a double top. Let's do a little lesson on double tops. Not a double top. What would make this a double top? You have to find the swing low between the two tops, and the double top is confirmed at a break of the swing low. So this would literally have to make an all-time low with a target of 0 to be a double top. This is not a double top unless this is broken. So not a double top. Don't worry about it. That's the rule. You hear people screaming double top right when price gets here. And no, there's no such thing as a double top just because there's two tops that are equal. You need to confirm it with a break of the line in between. That said, not seeing anything particularly compelling here on FET. If it breaks that line, maybe you get interested. Injective on Tether. I've only ever charted this on the Bitcoin pair. That looks a lot of volume today. A lot of volume. Some ugly charts today. Ugly. Most charts are ugly all the time. That's the thing. I mean, that's a key line, clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles or wicks that hit it exactly there. And now support over here. Hate this wick. Don't like this for now. Pushed up just high enough to have a tiny little SFP. You want to see this continue pushing up through the day. You don't want to see it coming down here with that long, super long wick. Otherwise, there's just not much to see. See, and here was a bullish SFP, and that was the bottom. Break slightly through and continue up. A lot of support here. So listen, I would consider this around $15, $15.20, $15.30, but risky after this wick. So let's see how the day closes on Injective, I think. But ultimately now you want to be above 25. That's an all-time high. You'd be in price discovery. So just to be clear, this is your entry. Sorry, I haven't been in the comments in a while. Just coming over. Don't like when things are too down to buy and not too high to sell. Okay, gotcha. Somebody promoting Come Rocket in here? No, I don't only look at daily charts, but I think it's important to start weekly, daily, and then start to zoom in for entries. Hey Scott, nice call on EOS. Thank you. I mean, it like doubled. I don't know what this means. Oh, there's people talking about Come Rocket. Okay, I'm just muting that guy. He's in timeout, the Come Rocket guy. Our gas price. I'm curious if gas prices are actually going down now that Shiba is getting wrecked. All right. Yes, I've heard about Bitcoin at the Indy 500, but I think it was a Formula One car actually. But Doge had a NASCAR car years ago. Years ago, there was a Doge car. People forget. I don't forget. Okay, Iota. I mean, massive move, perfect flip. That's all really good. And this looks like it's a kind of making a bull pennant, right? Looks good. Okay, gotta be careful. Pennants can become flags and drop down. But, objectively, I would say looking at something like this, but you can't trade this until it breaks out. So if that breaks the top, you're looking at a move up to 61.23. It's like a 90% move or something, pretty big. So that looks pretty good. If it breaks support, forget about it. Doesn't matter. That's the beauty of a setup like this is it's like you have to wait for a break of here, so you shouldn't have any problem if it drops. I always get that. Like people are like, you said it was a pennant and it was going to go whatever. I'm like, but did it ever break the resistance? Because it's not a pennant until it's broken, So if it drops out of here, you should have never been in it. It doesn't matter. But this looks appealing. Like this looks pretty good. That looks good. Symmetrical triangle. See which way it breaks out and trade it accordingly. That's what we're going to do there. What's Bitcoin doing? Dropping. But like Bitcoin's been trading in this range since, Napoleon. Link USD. I mean, we already hit that basically. So that was tight. I mean, this is still a support flip, but it's getting a little hairy here. Here's your demand. So if you get that, maybe. I hope there's not a massive bear div here or something. There was a bearish divergence right there. And a bearish divergence right there. Not ideal. Very toppy. But honestly, it's kind of holding its own here on the Bitcoin drop. I don't know. It's a little scary. So this played out. That's done. That was confirmed. Now I would say that we got. Honestly, you would have to draw it there, and that would be an ascending channel. Up, down, down, up. Don't love it. Guys, I don't look at these in advance, so you're just watching me think through it. I have no idea, before we start what I'm going to see or be looking for. But yeah, I think that you really want to see it hold 44.37. And if you want to be smart, you now wait for a break above 52.99 to enter. Because it's clearly trending down at the moment. At this immediate moment, trending up in general. So yeah, I'd be interested here at 43, but also more interested down here around $40, even though it was tapped there. And then hopefully it goes up from there. But really the safest entry is to get up into price discovery. Then there's no questions really. LRC, BTC breaking out. Can't you see? Nice move. Definitely want to close above these range highs. 1242-ish But again, I mean, just stifled by this Bitcoin action today. Another coin that looked like it was pumping and kind of getting rejected. I want to see this closing higher up. You know, you would have wanted to see a retest, like something like that, but it went way high. So now you got to deal with maybe this. Still scary and still bullish. So I definitely don't see an entry now. If you entered here at the EQ of this range and also a break of that line, you're feeling pretty good. Now technically you're looking for this. Not even look at that. I'll just keep that range how it was. But this daily candle could close down here with a savage wick. It could close up here. We're right in the middle of the daily. It's very hard to tell. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, I mean, that is a hideous, disgusting candle. Up wick, up wick, up wick. I wouldn't touch this now. The whole market looks crap, though, of course, because I'm having a charting session, so it means there's going to be nothing that I want to show you that looks good while everything's dumping. If you're trading the 4-hour, this is where you want to buy it. If you're into knife catching. Otherwise, really, yeah, that's even lower than that. Savage. I couldn't touch it because of that wick, but we'll see what the day does. Luna just hanging around, not doing what we thought, but also giving no reason to exit. Coming to check your... Thank you. That's very kind of you, but I don't need tips. I appreciate that. You guys are just asking for requests that aren't going to happen. I didn't block you. I blocked the other guy. We're good. Yeah. What's SHIB doing? Let's just look at SHIB. Oh, it bounced a tiny bit. Savage, man. Savage. Luna, I mean, just boring. Just hugging the 50 MA. Still would love to see an entry here, but I don't even know if this line is so convincing anymore. Let's draw this fresh. Let's look. Remove that. I mean, yeah, I would still keep that, right? Support, break, resistance, and now hugging that line. So it seems kind of fine, but like, again, why? There's no reason to look at this and be like, wow, I need to get in on a trade. I would personally want to get in here. This is major support. Look, off this candle, you have this whole cluster of action, and then you had price exit quickly. If you can get it, I would want to buy in here. Otherwise, like every candle has like a wick up, basically. Just means a lot of selling here. I'm just not interested in this here at all. I'd want to buy it lower, or again, we'll just wait until it's all the way up here and buy it when it goes into price discovery. Not very compelling charts at the moment. Neo, what? It's like the Matrix 4. It's a Neo joke. Neo. I mean, we had all these breakouts, which maybe I shouldn't delete those for clout because price went up. This definitely looks like an ascending wedge kind of vibe again. Yet again, technically a bearish pattern, but in crypto, yeah, I don't know. If it drops down, this would be your target. This is kind of where you would look at buying. Not even that far down, 20%, something like that. Something a little more, 25%-ish. Sorry for yawning. Don't sleep in a bull market. Ooh, this is savage. Talk about bearish SFPs. You got to be above this line now. Or buy it way lower. I have no interest in this unless it closes candles above that line. That is savage. Let's look at that on the weekly. Just savage. Perfect touch. Tried again. Rejected. Yeah. either, you have all this price action here. That area would be interesting for a drop. This is the smart trade here is this. And you have to close candles up here, not just buy it on the breakout because you saw what happened. That's how I would approach this for now. Break of 2366. Oh my God, this cannot be my main Neo chart. Maybe it is. I don't know. We'll start again anyways. Pretty sexy. Massive rounding bottom. Gotta get some symmetry. I mean, real close to the all-time highs here, right? Didn't quite get there. And that's still 50. Still needs to double to get there. It doesn't look like it, but that's 198 and it's currently at 102. I mean, it's clear skies since here. It's a tough one. I would say this is a key area if you get dropped down to 55, but is it going to go down 50%? I don't think so. Let's get back in on the daily. Another ascending wedge. I said this, Bitcoin dominance is coming into like one of the most major supports. So we might see some retracement on alts. I'm just hoping that if alts retrace down and we see some breath there, that's because Bitcoin goes up, not because Bitcoin goes down. The worst case scenario that we don't want to see is a drop in Bitcoin, is a rise in Bitcoin dominance with a drop in Bitcoin price. So that means alts are getting wrecked while Bitcoin becomes more dominant while Bitcoin's dropping in price. That's not a good time. So I would be looking for potentially, I don't know, something like this. If it goes down, you're looking for something like this. You enter here, 73 bucks. For up, you need to get above that, ultimately above that. Right now, no man's land on a down candle, nothing to trade. God, there's no trades here. Sorry. Some days. Now this is interesting. Nexo. Just chop because now you want to see this candle close above here. It's below it right now. Right? But this whole area, I'm going to do it like this. Right, rejected. Look at all those rejections, rejecting. Finally got above. So now we want to see it hold this area. It's right there. Otherwise, maybe down to 285 or something here. I mean, these wicks make it very, very difficult. These were all the places we were charting this before. Crazy movement. I mean, what? Epic. Epic. Hard to call a top on something that's been nonstop parabolic, so I would not dare. Not yet. This, I could actually see, I'm not trading it, but I could see an argument for buying in this zone because you could just cut it like down here, maybe on the 50 MA. Has it ever been below the 50 MA? Ever? Never. Price has never traded below the 50 MA on this coin, so I would definitely take note. If it drops down to the 50 MA, you have a really, really good chance of a bounce. Never has broken below. Ever. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, 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 ever. Come around here. Said she looked like Janet Jackson. She got out the car looking more like Freddie Jackson. Don't you ever, 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 ever come around here. OMG. I mean, I had it pinned as a trade here, and it's just kind of between them. The market looks like crap right now. Hard to be confident in anything. I think I had drawn something like this. That should be here, but it had been like that, and that kind of not happening at the moment. Really like to see it back above 1133 to close the day. Otherwise, we draw this line and call me when it breaks. Hard to chart when everything has a big Chad down candle. Coming over to the comments real quick. That's correct. I'm not going to. Scott, who's the best musician that ever lived and why is it Prince? I just did a podcast today, not of my own, with Big Dog Crypto on his podcast, and we basically talked about Prince half the time. It was exactly the same question. This is correct. Don't look at the charts all day. Set your orders and walk away, or your alarms. One or the other. Chris Tucker, Friday. Awesome. That's correct. How you going to get fired on your day off? What you get caught stealing boxes for? You trying to build a clubhouse? One of the greatest movies of all time ever. Okay, one moment, please. OMG, not bad, not great. Don't see an entry. Sorry. They all look the same. This looks kind of fine. Let's get rid of all this. ONT, in case you were wondering. Ontology. My neck hurts. I think I'm going to head to the ontologist today. Dr. Coin. You know, kind of a descending triangle vibe. But descending triangles break up most of the time in a bull market. 62% of the time, this breaks up, even though it's a bearish pattern. It's more of a continuation pattern. But the idea that it's weakening is this, right? You get a high, price comes down, kind of like a bouncing ball, right? Bounce a ball, goes up, next bounce a little lower, next bounce a little lower, and through the floor. That's why that's kind of the thinking behind a descending triangle, is that you're getting these lower highs. The floor is staying the same until eventually it falls out. I would really like to buy this here if you're doing the knife thing. Something like that. Because this was a key area of support over here, and it's never really been retested. Not saying that's going to happen. I would either look to buy here or look to buy a break of this line. Polls Bitcoin. Why do I have a massive RSI and auto on the chart? I love Polka Starter. Doesn't mean I love the chart right now. I've only looked at it that one time against Bitcoin. Smokey. Friday. Where would you guys rank Friday on greatest movies of all time? As the best movie of all time, or as probably the best movie of all time? Anyone? Flavor Flav. You know what? Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking juice in the hood is good, but it's nowhere close. Nowhere close. It's a parody movie. Friday is an epic classic. Everyone's saying it's number 2 best movie, so I'm curious what you guys think is number 1. Requiem for a Dream, you, Andrew, are probably a very nice person with very deep-seated emotional issues if you think that's the greatest movie of all time. I feel for you. The Big Lebowski is not the best movie of all time. Come on. Office Space is great. Damn, it feels good to be a gangsta. Man. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. My sister, baby cousin Tracy saw you at the movie theater all hooked up with Sun Ramp. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. That's like, I love 2 Live Crew. And when she comes out of the car in that scene, I'm playing Hoochie Mama, and she with the hair, and she sweeps it off to the side, the braids. One of the best scenes. Where Craig at? Oh, he in the house. Yeah, that's that movie. Quotes for days. Quotes for days. That's my bike, punk. Didn't Debo die? Tiny Zeus Lister not that long ago. Polls Bitcoin. He died not that long ago. That's sad. He was also the president in The Fifth Element. Not good at acting. Not good at acting. I don't want to like defile his memory, but his acting was not good. But Fifth Element, man, what a movie. Multipass. Multipass. Corbin. Dallas. Anyone? Anyone? Multipass. I mean, I'd be looking for that, right? You want a break of this line. That's all you care about at this point. Still holding support. And you can make an argument for a big descending wedge on this. So I think that looks fine. Just can't buy it until it breaks the line. Multipass. Where does Fifth Element rank in best movies of all time? Multipass. I think, I mean, I don't want to misquote you. I now see that you're here. But is Fifth Element your favorite movie? Or your top three? Top three? Come on, man. Talladega Nights is not in the same boat as Friday in Office Space. It's funny. It's funny, little baby Jesus, and never know what to do with my hands. Did I say Fifth Element? I think I said Fifth Element. Yeah, Fifth Element. Fight Club is a great movie. My God, that's a good call. Bitcoin dumping, get in charts. Bitcoin just bounced since we looked last. Calm yourself. Don't be spastic. Don't all cap me with exclamation points and then be wrong. There's no way to go about life. Multipass. That movie's so good. Movie is so good. If y'all know, you know. Oh, I'm embarrassing my family. Sorry, Emmy. I'm sorry. But that part's awesome. The stones are inside her and go down in there and pull out the blue mushy stones. For a while, when Emmy was my barber at the beginning of COVID, I definitely had the same vibe as the bad guy in The Fifth Element. It's pretty great. Ramp. I don't know. It's got a ramp. You know, so I would say maybe you want to buy in this area, kind of risky if you get it down here for sure, but really you want to buy a break of this. Or if you're in the mood, you just, you know, go skateboarding. Down the ramp. Ramp capital. I would be looking for this. This is the trade I would want and nothing else, because who knows? You want to buy it here and it falls down. And the beauty of buying a break of descending resistance, in my humble opinion, is if it doesn't break and like it gets rejected here, then it comes down and then you get a better entry when it finally breaks. Right? You get a better entry. And you get a guy, this is ramp capital, right? That guy has the wheelchair thing going down the ramp. Because it's true. I would buy a break of that line. Man, it's amazing that it's been quote unquote alt season, because it has for large caps, but the rest of this kind of looks crappy. Kind of looks bad. That's why it's like everyone, that's the thing, is like it's only alt season for people, I think, mentally, if their coins are going up. Like last summer was alt season for DeFi, but it wasn't alt season for EOS and Litecoin. You know, and then you had like this NFT boom, and that was amazing. And then, I don't know, this wick is, I don't count it because it's completely ridiculous. You know, and now it's been large cap dinosaur coin alt season here for a while, but everything else kind of looks shitty. Kind of looks shitty. If your alts are not going up, then it doesn't feel like alt season. Pootie Tang, Sadate. Sadate, Vincent Wu. Sadate. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. Again, just buy it when it breaks this. Otherwise, you're going to catch a falling knife. I mean, how do you even draw support and resistance when you have a wick that goes down to 0? But this is the area. This is the area. right here. And again, when I draw a line, it's an area. It's not that exact line. It's an area. Sadate. Pootie Tang. It's a good movie, Pootie Tang. Better sketch than movie. Yeah, Ren, break that line, head up. Otherwise, chop, chop, choppy. Roon still looks amazing. Still looks good. Does not care about Bitcoin. Just goes up. Breaks all-time highs. Right now, it's struggling because of Bitcoin, clearly. But yeah, you want to be above 3,400 on the Bitcoin pair. Otherwise, maybe buy this sport again. If you really get a drop, this is the area. This is the area I would want to buy Roon. Retrace this pump, catch it, and head up. Otherwise, I want to buy it above, which it looked like it was going to do. And this is why buying a breakout is dangerous, because there's no breakout yet. You want to close above, bid below that, catch it on the way back down. Orcane. My wife really likes Thor too. Half Baked is one of the greatest movies of all time. I've posted the Killer Bee, Cuban Bee. The scene of him quitting. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. It's one of the greatest quick scenes in movie history. So good, that movie. Wow, SNTVT, Centivate was pumping. Got rejected here by unfortunate price action from the Bitcoin. Dang. I got a bag. Big old bag. Ancient, years-long bag. Just collecting dust. But yeah, I mean, this is the KuCoin chart. We all know that it sort of dropped when it hit KuCoin. But nice fat rounding bottom. Now you want to get, now that you've been rejected here, you want to get back above 7,600. Otherwise, the retest back of this area. But when I opened this earlier, I was like, wow, this looks great. And now looks like, all these other ones where we had this huge move and seems like a blow off. Look at this volume on the daily, my God, and ramping up dramatically. So listen, I want to see this climb up a bit more during the day, but this looks exceptionally bullish. But this was your entry. And this was I just drew this flag last time we charted it last week. This was your main entry. This was your second entry. Now you're hanging between these two levels. So you want to get above that or buy it down here. Pretty straightforward. Everyone loves the Centivate octopus. This is a stonk. This is a stonk that appears to actually be up today while everything else is down. That's a little evening star vibe, though. So on the weekly, you are at the all-time high. Danger, Mr. Robinson. You want to get above 3,406 pretty clearly. Like, why would you buy this until you've broken through that? And on the daily, it looks, this could evening star. Not what you want to see closing. So I would check and see what the close. An evening star is a top pattern. Happens when you have a big move and then you gap up like that. And then you get a doji or any kind of indecisive candle. And then it would not be valid unless you gap down and then it closes. Now, listen, sometimes it closed down here, but technically you want to close about halfway down the previous candle. So it would be a candle that looks something like this tomorrow. Fill that in. It wouldn't look anything like that because no candle looks like that, but that's the idea right there. So I would not touch this until it's above that because this has potential to definitely trickle down from here, especially if stonks do what stonks be doing. What's wrong with Bitcoin? Take your pills, man. I do not want to see Bitcoin dominance bounce with Bitcoin dropping. Are we seeing that today? I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see something. Oh, SHIB. Look at the bounce. Look at the bounce. It's SHIB time. Not really. There's always bounces. Yeah, I mean, listen, you probably didn't see the video, but I said this today in my video. I said, listen, like we got alt season. This is alt season. Unfortunately, it was basically Ethereum season. So if you weren't in the large caps, you didn't take it. You didn't really get any of this. But like, this is massive support if you're the type to trade Bitcoin dominance, which is a bit of a meme. Like, this is where we were saying, hey, man, maybe, you know, alts take a breather here. So no surprise if Bitcoin dominance bounces out of this area, at least temporarily, if it's going to continue heading down. It's never been below 35, and it got all the way down to 42 today. I think I'm not making any predictions, but probably should exercise a little bit of caution on the euphoria right now. Hate to say it. I don't know what TCT is. Angel dust? That's PCP. It's angel dust, Holmes. I'm in Debo pigeon coop, sweating like a slave. Only person who'd get me out was my mama. That's also from Friday. Endless. I mean, that's a shooting star on the daily confirmation. So this should be heading down a bit. That's all I can say. Shooting star confirmation on the next candle down and continuing down. So areas of interest for PCP, excuse me, TCT. That's why I'd be like, fuck Hector. And then maybe down here. What's up, big perm? I mean, big worm. That's the best thing. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. And then he flips the money over. 120, 140. It's like the old adage. What is it? How do you double your money? Fold it in half and put it in your pocket. Yeah, Bitcoin's having a bad time right now. It's having a bad time. Still, though, it's not like it's the same boring 4-hour volume as all this before. Just kind of nothing happening. Yeah, so TCT, I would not buy unless it was way back up here or drop down to there. TRX, I've been preaching this. It's going to make me look dumb. Let's see what it looks like on the Bitcoin pair. It's fine, still doing the same thing, but this is what every coin has looked like that's pumped on the large caps. EOS, ETH, Litecoin, XRP88, break resistance, retest, and go up. So I'm still bullish on TRX. My money says so. Listen, I would have drawn it like that objectively, but hey, we can give it a little bias, right? Just give it a little bias. No big deal. Let's do it on the 4-hour. Yeah, it looks fine. That's your support right here. This is your resistance. You know, if you're in it and you're really trading it short term, maybe you're out there, you want to see a break of this. And ultimately, I mean, this is all-time high. Is that really an all-time high on TRX? Yeah. It is. Crazy. Crazy. TRX. You want to get above 18 cents. That's what you want. Above that. Break here, above that, go. Otherwise, you got this support here. Listen, let's draw it like this. A lot more clear on the daily. This is the area that you don't want to lose. Right? And that's exactly where price popped out of. If you're drilling in more locally, you know, this line. Right here. Okay. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck. It says fuck. Okay, take a picture. Write it down. XLM. Well, I mean, just going up. Price discovery. That's what you want. Price discovery. I bet this has bearish divergence. I would almost bet money on it. And it does, but it's over a really long time period. Massive bearish divergence on the weekly. Although that does not generally concern me because you could wait until you're 400 years old for it to play out when it's on a high time frame. But I would say that that looks a little toppy. Volume at the last candle, which got rejected. Potential bearish engulfing candle. I would look for lower entries on this now. I mean, this is climbing with no air tank, no oxygen. That's your macro kind of support here. maybe you draw, like that or something. Yeah, so get above that. Maybe you're interested again, ultimately above here. Otherwise, look for a drop down to buy. Wi-Fi hit our target and got rejected. It's what we were looking for. This was the entry. Took a while. People were bitching. I had people, when's Wi-Fi got to move, bro? I don't know, man. See, that drew this all the way out to August. Leave me alone. But that made the move. It did the thing a little earlier and hit the target. So that was it. If you're in it, to me, that's the target. And then if you want to enter again, you either wait for a drop here or a move above this line and whatever. But this was the target that we discussed, really. $1.65 Bitcoin, not $1.65. This is a savage candle at the moment, so I wouldn't touch this. ZEC, USDT going up. Maybe the only coin in the world. Also, man, these coins are just thin air, parabolic. ZEC, Zcash. Yeah, I mean, here, get above that. Close above that, start to be interested. Otherwise, this area. This area. This area. My nephew asked me about Dogecoin today. He's a teenager. Teenagers know about Dogecoin now. Yeah, I would be looking for one of two things. Here and up, or here and up. Oh, Dave, don't care. SHIB bounced a little bit. A lot of bit. Still pretty savage. And Bitcoin is looking weak. I see something. No bullish divergence to be found. Although if it bounced even like a little and got above here, you could get a bull div. But it would have to happen in the next hour because this is pretty far down. But honestly, we went to overbought. We were oversold. Let's just get it over with. Come down here. You guys know exactly what I'll be looking for, right? I want this. Bullish divergence, oversold, 4-hour RSI. That's what I'm looking for. This is not where I'm saying price is going. That could happen here. Would be a good place. 52 something. I'm not saying it's going to go down. That's what that would really be convincing for me for a move up. But like if we get RSI above here on this close, we could have potential bullish divergence even now. Let's see if the hourly got it. Hourly is already oversold. I would love to see in the next hour this make a bullish divergence on the 4-hour. That would be sweet. Even closer on the 6-hour with 4.5 hours left. 12-hour, meh, nothing. Let's see what the 15-minute has to say. Super oversold. Should bounce soon. Yeah, I mean, you get pretty oversold on the hourly, but it's getting down there. It's well in 27. So maybe we wait for this, or even better yet, RSI comes lower. We make one on the hourly, and then that then confirms on the 4-hour. That's what I like, building them one by one. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Predictions on Ethereum Classic. Predictions on Ethereum Classic. Predictions on Ethereum Classic. Predictions on Ethereum. Yeah, okay. I don't know, man. It went up. Do you think the creation of new useless coins could be the ICOs of this bull run? Seems like it with SHIB, Ask, Come anymore. I mean, listen, most ICOs actually took a little time to raise money. It was a crazy thing. They were raising too much, but they had white papers and stuff. These are completely useless, most of these. So it's kind of worse. I would say more like the IDO boom that we've been seeing, all the launch pads and projects, which I think is great. Lots of innovation. I think that that's more like the ICO boom. I think that what we're seeing with SHIB, Ask, Come, etc., is just irrational exuberance and people just gambling because they're having fun. I don't know. This is a very kind message. So much I've learned from you. Lots of love from India. I'm watching you before sleep 1 year. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. I'm just looking up the comments here. I shorted ZEC today on a bearish divergence. That's been my best trade so far. That's how bad this day is going. There you go. There you go. All right, guys. I think that I've exhausted myself and yourselves. Once again, check out everything in the description, sign up for the newsletter, and check out Cosmos because they are awesome. I'm not saying that Ethereum, I saw a comment just come by, I don't know where it went. I'm not saying Ethereum Classic is just for fun. Doge is certainly just for fun at this point. It's whatever. Ethereum Classic, just had a massive pump. I don't chase massive pumps, so I'm not interested once that happens, personally. Yes, I think that where'd it go, man? I'm trying to collect. The point I want to make is that the useless coins are the ones driving new people in the market right now. I think that that's true to some degree. I interviewed CZ from Binance today, and he said that is not true. He said that they've seen steady growth, 10xing like 10x 3 months ago, and steady growth that doesn't stop any day. And he says, yes, they have the last few days, it's people on SHIB, and sometimes it was Doge, but they're seeing increased volume and signups and trading on almost every single coin. So it's really not just that. I exhausted myself, to be honest. And Pulp Fiction is the best. Zed's dead. Zed's dead. I'll leave you with this. See if I can still do it because I did this. Told this story before, but when I was in high school, I went up to the state assembly, the House of Representatives in Florida. They let certain kids come up who were, awesome. I'm gonna be honest, smart, good looking, awesome, and pitch bills that we had to write to Florida Congress. Like they called it ledge. It was like mock legislature. And my bill as a senior in high school was to legalize prostitution. And I went up in front of a red state of Florida and I pitched a bill legalizing prostitution. They didn't like it, but they liked me. And so when they were closing the entire convention, I raised my hand and they called on me. And I said this. I might not remember exactly. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.